Good afternoon and welcome to ESI Illinois. My name is Matt Brock. I'm the operations manager here at the Illinois office or Illinois facility of Engineering Systems. We're located in Aurora, Illinois. This facility here is about 46,000 square feet. It houses 80 consultants and administrative staff that work on the projects that we bring in here. But in particular, it does have a lot of lab space, and that's what I'm here to show you this afternoon. This company was founded some 34 years ago by three engineers, metallurgical engineers, so their focus was on materials properties and things, so our laboratories have a little bit of a focus relative to that, but now we can analyze all sorts of things beyond the materials, automotive, civil structural, rail, but the laboratory space is our particular advantage in this particular office. So let's take a look at the first labs. The three founders who had the vision for this facility when they started the company many years ago had the focus on the laboratories and the materials, and we still continue with that vein here today. The first lab that we have that is involved in the preparation of the materials is the Metallurgical Prep and Chemistry lab, and we have a consultant here to show you that lab.
Hello, I'm Mark Heineman. I've been with ESI for 22 years, and I'm a metallurgical engineer and use the equipment in this lab to examine the microstructures of various different metals. We mount the samples like this in this mounting press here, and we grind and polish to get a very smooth and flat surface that allows us to evaluate the microstructure. We examine it both in the as-dash polish condition and after etching with different chemicals to provide contrast between the different microstructures in the metal.
The next step would be to take a look at it using an optical microscope, and so we have an entire lab devoted to optical microscopy, and that's the next lab.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Summer, and I'm a technologist and lab manager here at ESI, and welcome to our microscopy lab. Here we can take a look at larger fracture surfaces such as this one on one of our stereo microscopes. Alternatively, we can bring it to a Met Prep lab, we can section and mount this piece, and we can look at it under one of our inverted metallurgical stereoscopes. With any microscope that we use, we can then project the image up to the TV screen here. This is perfect for large multi-party inspections, so everybody could see what we're looking at.
Sometimes the need is such that we need to look even closer at a specimen beyond what optical microscopy can give us. So here in our office we have a scanning electron microscope which allows us to look even deeper, in addition to having material identification schemes. So we have a consultant in this office to show you around our SEM lab.
Hi, I'm Brian May. I'm a member of our chemistry practice here. As Matt was mentioning, we have our SEM fitted with EDS for elemental analysis. Also in this lab, we have our thermal analysis tools, which help us to understand some of the thermal properties of the materials that we may be working with for an investigation. And finally, we have our Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy equipment as well, so that we can perform characterizations on polymer and organic substances.
And after we're done taking a look at the samples and the specimens in our microscopy lab, we also have additional capability here, and a lot of times the pieces that come from that are brought into those labs come from an inspection that's conducted here in a laboratory such as this one. This is a fairly large space, allows us to get large specimens, large samples in to take a look at, and still have multiple people around, and photographic capabilities, microscopy. But beyond this large door here that is convenient for moving specimens in and out of the laboratory is what we refer to as our high bay space. It is a large space that allows us to bring in very large specimens such as a tractor semi-trailer, something that large, and get that indoors so we can look at it any time of the year. In addition to the flexibility that a space like that presents for conducting inspections and what have you, there are some aspects of this high bay that are somewhat unique. We have a full machine shop and wood shop so that we can be responsive in creating inspection fixtures and things of that nature. But two aspects in here that are of particular note are we do a lot of fire investigations, and that can present a little bit of difficulty in being able to stage a fire. We have the ability here with a room in a room, we refer to it as our booth, that is vented to the outside. We actually can start a fire in there if that's what we would like to achieve. But in addition to just getting the fire going, we're also capable of studying it and measuring aspects of it that will be of interest for the project work that we're doing. The other part of the space out there is we have a consultant who does quite a bit of ladder work, and we have a space that allows us to actually extend ladders fully in the same geometry and same conditions that we're out in the field, but we can now study them in a controlled environment here within our high bay space. So those two spaces in particular make this laboratory a little bit unique. Additionally, we have a lift, so we can put a vehicle up on a lift when we need to see the underside of the lift, and various other pieces of equipment that allow us to be quite effective at conducting multi-party inspections. There are a couple of other aspects to this facility that are of particular note. One is that we can't always bring the space to our location here and conduct the inspection, but we can scan it using our three-dimensional scanning capability, and we can take that into a virtual reality lab. People can then experience it firsthand by looking at the situation in the VR lab. In addition to that, and motivated primarily by COVID, is the video depositions. So once we're done with the project work and the investigation, and we're dealing with our clients through deposition or meetings, we want to be able to give that a polished look as well. We have a dedicated space here in the building where we can have a deposition and put a good face on the work that we've done. The other aspect, and the last one that's of particular note to mention, is our library staff. The library here within ESI is housed here at Illinois. We have 3 full-time librarians, and in a way they're the glue that holds the projects together. They can get the information that we need efficiently, quickly, to support the project work that we have. This can be anything from laboratory specifications or technical papers and books and things. And so we have librarians on staff to support that aspect of the work here at ESI, and that's housed here at Illinois. And if you have any questions at all about ESI, you can certainly call this facility, and the number comes here is area code 630-851-4566. Thank you.